Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into something that's, well, shaping pretty much every single decision you make online. We're calling it the mirror effect. I mean, you've felt this, right? It's that kind of weird feeling. You're just talking about wanting new running shoes, and then bam, suddenly every single ad you see online is for sneakers. It feels a little uncanny, almost like someone's listening in. But here's the thing. It's not magic. It's not mind reading. It's really just a mirror. Yeah, a mirror. The digital world is taking all your actions, all your interests, all your behaviors, and just reflecting them right back at you. So, okay, how does this mirror actually get made? To really get what the mirror effect is all about, we have to pull back the curtain and look at the tech behind it. And it all boils down to one huge concept: personalization. And what is personalization, really? Well, to put it simply, it's the art of tailoring, well, everything. We're talking ads, product recommendations, the articles you see. All of it is custom fit based on that digital trail you leave behind every time you go online. And you have to understand, this is a huge shift from how things used to be. I mean, we've gone from the old one-size-fits-all approach, think of a single TV ad blasted out to millions of people, to what the industry calls a segment of one. That means every single experience is designed to be totally unique, just for you. Okay, so how do they pull this off? Well, it usually happens in a few stages. First, you've got content personalization. That's just showing you stuff you might actually like. Then, it gets a little more advanced with behavioral targeting. That's where they look at your browsing history to figure out which ads to show you. And the final kind of mind-blowing step? Predictive analytics. This is where AI literally tries to guess what you're going to want next, sometimes before you even realize it yourself. And let me tell you, the toolkit powering all this is seriously sophisticated. We're talking about heavy hitters like AI and machine learning, massive customer relationship management systems or CRMs to handle all that data, and of course, those recommendation engines you see everywhere. The ones on Netflix and Amazon that are scarily good at knowing exactly what you want to watch or buy next. But this all begs a really important question. Why? Why did this gigantic shift happen in the first place? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple. To understand the mirror, you've got to turn it around and look at the person standing in front of it. We changed. Our behavior is what drove all of this. Just think about it. The way we act as customers today is worlds away from how it used to be. For one, we're always connected, right? Our phones are basically extensions of ourselves. We have endless information at our fingertips, so we research everything. And this is the big one. We've actually come to expect brands to know us, to anticipate what we need. This shift in our behavior led Google to coin a really interesting term: micro moments. And what are those? They're those teeny tiny little points in time when we just instinctively grab our phone because we need something. We need to know something, find a place, do a task, or buy something. I mean, think about how many times a day you do this. That search for best coffee near me, that's a classic I want to go moment. Googling how to fix a leaky faucet, that's an I want to do moment. Every single one of those searches is a signal you're sending out in real time, and it's a huge opportunity for a brand to jump in and be the answer. So, when you put it all together, the conclusion is pretty clear. Marketing didn't just change for the fun of it. It had to change. It was forced to evolve because we evolved. So let's take a look at the full picture, at how companies have really responded to these new habits of ours. And you really do see this stuff in action every single day. The reason your Netflix homepage looks different from your friends? That's the recommendation engine at work. That customers also bought section on Amazon? Pure predictive analytics. Zomato pinging you with deals from restaurants nearby? That's location-based offers. And Spotify's Discover Weekly playlist? That is a masterclass in personalization based on what you listen to. But of course, there's a flip side to this super detailed, incredibly accurate mirror. All of this amazing personalization is built on one thing: our data. And that naturally brings up some really big, really important questions about, well, where do we draw the line? That's really the core dilemma of this whole thing, isn't it? Where is that line between helpful and just plain creepy? At what point does that mirror stop feeling like a useful reflection and start feeling more like a total invasion of your privacy? And look, this isn't just a feeling people get. These are major, major concerns for the entire industry. You've got the real potential for data to be misused. You've got questions about whether the data is even accurate. And then you have this whole complicated web of privacy regulations like GDPR in Europe or the DPDP Act. All of them are designed to protect us, the consumers. And it means that companies have to walk an incredibly fine line.
Okay, so we've looked at the tech, we've looked at the human behavior that's driving all of it. So what's the big takeaway here? What does all this actually mean for you and me, living inside this digital hall of mirrors?
Well, what it boils down to is this. We are now living in a completely data-driven, customer-centric digital world. It's an ecosystem where our actions, our clicks, our searches, our expectations, that's the engine that powers the whole thing. And that leaves us with one final and maybe a little unsettling question to chew on. In this new world, where our data has become the currency that makes this whole personalized mirror work, are you still just the customer? Or have you also become the product?